Hey, so what's going on? I'm super excited about this video because we are talking about deep conditioning overnight. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the whole discussion around bacteria and mildew, and if the time matters, like how long you keep the conditioner on your hair, the whole thing about hygrofatigue and who should be doing this and how often. So before I get into that, I just want to say this. This may not be for you, and that is okay. If you have tried deep conditioning overnight before and it did not work out great for your hair, that's okay. And I say this because as I was preparing for this video, I'm hearing people who say that they love it, and I'm hearing those who say that they do not like it and they don't love it, and that's okay. That being said, let's get started. So let's talk about the whole mildew bacteria topic. Now, let's dissect a deep conditioner formula. So here I have a ingredient list of a deep conditioner, and here I have an ingredient list of a leave-in conditioner. You will notice that they are pretty much very similar. And leave-in conditioners are things that you actually put on damp hair, and you don't rinse them out. You keep them on there and your hair is pretty good without mildew. So the same thing with deep conditioner. What happens is these formulas have a built-in preservative system within it. These preservatives are designed to kill off any type of mildew, bacteria, mold, fungus, yeast, all of those things from growing within the hair while it's on the hair, but also in the bottle as well. When we are launching new products, we have to test these formulas at different temperatures. And a lot of these temperatures are going to be very humid, wet, warm, type humidity temperatures where these preservatives have to withstand and actually continue to work even in these temperatures that actually resemble when you sleep at night with conditioner on your hair under a cap. Now, I will say this, application matters. If you do decide to deep condition overnight, I would not recommend it on wet hair. You do not want to put this on like drenched wet hair. It is better on towel dry hair for two reasons. Number one, it makes sleeping so much better because no one wants to sleep with a wet head. And then number two, you're going to get better product absorption when you have towel dry hair versus soaking wet hair. If you decide to do this method, make sure to apply the product at least an inch away from your scalp, just so that it's not directly on the scalp. So just an inch away, start from here, and then go ahead and move the conditioner going downward. Also, if you have a pre-existing scalp condition, whether that's a bacterial or fungal infection on your scalp, or you suffer from dandruff on a regular basis, then I would not recommend deep conditioning overnight. Now, as far as like the timing goes and the duration that the product is on your hair, if it's the longer the better. Now, I know in the past video I said anything over 30 minutes to 60 minutes is kind of overkill, but one thing I'm learning is that when you have conditioners that have an increased amount of cationic surfactants, they actually do perform a lot better on low porosity hair. For example, those who have high porosity hair are going to have more negative charges on the cuticle of their hair. So therefore, conditioners with cationic surfactants, these positive charges, are going to work a lot quicker on the hair cuticle because of so many negative charges. It's going to be like zoop, like that. Now, with low porosity hair, we don't have that many negative charges. So it might take a little bit longer for a conditioner to really do its thing to a high level capacity. So in that case, once again, case by case, that is when these prolonged times of deep conditioning can be really beneficial for low porosity hair. Okay, now hygrofatigue. Now here's the thing with hygrofatigue and deep conditioning overnight. If you have high porosity hair, and if you have hygrofatigue, I would not recommend deep conditioning overnight. For the simple reason, because your cuticle is already lifted, so you really don't need any additional excessive amounts of water. Now, if you have low porosity hair, this can be a great option. But then also, I know some low porosity people who don't like deep conditioning overnight, but then I also know some low porosity people who like deep conditioning overnight. But either way, I will say that if you do decide to deep condition your hair overnight, definitely consider adding pre-pooing to your regimen, because it's going to help to be a preventative method to avoid hygrofatigue while you are deep conditioning overnight. So who should be doing this? Number one, if you have high porosity hair, no. If you have low porosity hair, it's case by case. And if you don't have no time and you're like, look, I'm tired, providing you don't have high porosity hair, and you should be good to go. Now, how often? I'm not gonna say do this every week. I don't recommend it every week. This is one of those things where it's like you do it once in a blue moon. For me, deep conditioning overnight might take place like once every 2 months, like on rare occasions where I feel like my hair needs that extra TLC. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed this video, like I said before, this may or may not work for you. I would say this, if you do decide to try it and you see that it doesn't work for your hair, that's okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something new. Of course, this is a natural hair community. I really want this community to stay positive. I've been seeing so many videos online about people leaving the natural hair community because sometimes it can get kind of toxic. You know, and I see that sometimes in my comments when someone's getting mad because something doesn't work for them, but it works for someone else. Like it's not necessary, okay? So I'm all about love, peace, and positivity on my channel. You guys already know. You guys been rocking with me for a minute. You guys know in my comments, I'm quick to be like, hey, if it works for you, stick with it. If it works for you, stick with it. That's just my motto because everyone's hair is different, period. Okay, I do have a question for you guys. What is your favorite deep conditioner? Comment below and I look forward to joining the conversation with you. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, watching this video, commenting, all of that stuff. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.